Well, what about ye? Listen, before we get stuck into the thick of things, let me welcome you to this, the Little Horror storytelling programme for this year's Derry Halloween celebrations. In these difficult times, when we can't get together, we didn't want you to miss out on some spooky fun. And although we would really love to be together, celebrating and dressing up and scaring each other and walking around the walls of Derry or through the streets of Strabane, we can't. And so we thought we'd bring some stories online that you can enjoy, and hopefully it won't scare you or the little ones too much. So sit back and enjoy as we and my friends, we put together a few little stories in the style of that mad show, Horrible Histories. And we hope that they'll put a smile on your face and that you'll be able to enjoy yourselves a little bit, at least. Well, that's the aim anyway. So, to that end, have any of you ever heard of the Derry Vampire? Ooh. You know what a vampire is, right? Dracula. You heard of him, right? Loves to go round biting people's necks, sucking blood. Sorry. Some of you might be eating. I should have given you a wee warning. Well, Dracula is a character written by a guy called Bram Stoker. And many people think that his inspiration for that story was Derry's very own vampire. Oh yes, a blood-sucking, coming back to life when seemingly dead, vicious vampire. Well, we want to tell you a little bit about that story. This guy, the Derry Vampire, was called Abertha, and he was a chieftain in the lands surrounding Dungiven. But according to legend, he was no ordinary sort of fella. Ladies and gentlemen, for more on this story, we now cross to our reporter live on the scene, Patricia McAllister. What reporter? I didn't know that we were going to the news now. What are we? Huh? The BBC? RTE? Huh? The reliable source of fact that is also known as Facebook? I tell you, this is... Oh. Right. It's part of the sketch. Well, why didn't anyone tell me, huh? I mean, I never get treated properly. I bet you Stephen Nolan doesn't have to put up with this, huh?
Good afternoon. We interrupt your regular programming to bring you some breaking news. Moments ago, according to eyewitness accounts, a mysterious figure rose from the depths of this very yew tree. What is so newsworthy about that, I hear you ask?
What's so newsworthy about that?
Well, I'll tell you. This yew tree is allegedly the burial ground of Ireland's most notorious and terrifying vampire. Today, we're going to see if we can find out if this reported sighting was in fact the Derry Vampire. Follow me.
Here, Pat, no harm to you, but no one told me we were going to be chasing any vampires around the fields of Derry. I'm pretty sure that's not in my contract.
Would you waste? We don't have loads of time, come on. Excuse me, sir. Are you our eyewitness who saw the Derry Vampire rise from the grave earlier today?
Derry Vampire. Yes, that was me. I mean, not me, but I was the one that saw the... I saw... what am I supposed to say? It's been so long. Yes, that was me that saw him under that tree right there.
And tell me, sir, do you live locally to here?
Do I live locally? Well, yeah, yes, I suppose you could say that.
And could you tell us the story of the Derry Vampire?
The story of the Derry Vampire. Yes, I could.
And will you tell us the story?
Oh, you want me to tell you the story now?
Yes.
Well, yes, of course. Well, many years ago, it was a long time, really, there was this beautiful chieftain, very handsome, that ruled over this land.
Sorry, sir. The story actually goes that he was an ugly man, disfigured, scarred from battle.
Fake news. No, he was beautiful and handsome. Well, at least his mother thought so. Anyway, one day he was innocently minding his own business and he fell to his death, missed by so many people and loved by his people that he was buried with love and gratitude.
No, actually, viewers, the story goes that he was an evil man, that he terrorised his people and they were afraid of him. He was a jealous man, and one day, while spying on his wife, he fell to his death, and with relief, his people buried him.
You say potato, I say potato. No, you say... Don't interrupt me when I'm telling the story. Anyway, this much-loved chieftain did not want to leave his people with no leader, so he returned from the grave to protect them. And of course, after a hard night of digging and scratching, he was probably hungry, so he simply asked for some food.
No, I actually have to stop you there. That's not the truth. I mean, he did return from the grave, but he began terrorising his people. He demanded a bowl of blood from them.
No. Protecting his people, and not blood, it was food.
He terrorised his people, viewers, and this time the new chieftain Cathan killed him and buried him.
Murdered, I think you'll find. He murdered me, and even though it was an evil act of him to murder me, an evil act to murder him, he decided to rise from the grave once again. And this time, in order for him to protect his people, he simply again asked for some food. I don't think that's
Fierce.
Justified.
He did return from the grave again, and once again Cathan killed and buried him. But the evil blood-sucking vampire of Arta rose a third time, and this time Cathan sought the help of a holy man, a saint called Owen, and Owen told him to pierce him through the heart.
Patricia, can I have a quick word?
I'm in the middle. To pierce him through the heart with the sword of a branch of a yew tree, to bury him upside down, cover the grave in branches and thorns, and cover it with a massive stone slab so that it could never be moved or the evil would return to the world again. It is said that over the years, anyone who has tried to move the stone slab has been struck down by injury and bad luck.
That's a pretty bad way to treat that lady, to be honest.
Patricia,
Do you know what?
I really need to talk to you, Patricia.
You seem to be twisting this story. I don't know, do you have some kind of personal relationship or something? Like, what's going on here?
Okay, first of all, check this attitude that's going on here. And secondly, no, I don't have a personal... Do you know that someone actually did move the stone last night?
Oh, really?
Really, yes. Just a little bit to the left, enough to... Do you know what that means?
No, not really, actually. Can we just...
That means basically that he has returned once again.
Okay, that's it. Let's go. That's enough.
Wait, hang on. Don't leave me behind.
Oh!
You call that not terrifying? We have kids watching this. Well, did he survive? The reporter, the cameraman. What do you mean it was scripted? Oh, it was a bit of spooky fun for Halloween. Oh, yeah. I knew that. I knew that. All right, wasn't scared at all. So, there you have the story of Arta, the ancient chieftain who ruled between Garva and Dungiven, and who has made up the story that we told you. He was evil and died and came to life and demanded blood. Well, you heard the story anyway. Today, that place where he's supposedly buried, still, people don't like to go there. Once they tried to cut down the tree, but the chainsaw broke. And another time, they tried to remove the stone, but the chain snapped. And people say that anyone stays there too long ends up injuring themselves in one way or another. Well, there you have it, my friends. One story down, 3 more to go. So tune in next time when we're going to be telling you about werewolves in Ireland. Okay then. Sleep well. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Werewolves. Werewolves in Ireland? Oh yeah. That's not scary at all, is it, huh? Call my agent. I need to get paid more for this.